Beep. Okay, this is just a test. I'm just going to test this out. It does look like I'm live. I am very surprised. I am super surprised. Let me see if I can check. Are we live on YouTube as well? So earlier on, I tested if we were live on Twitter, and we were. Hey, what's up? I am testing to see if I'm going live on YouTube. So, hey, I'm Bob. I'm a tech wizard generalist. I do a little bit of a lot of things, and currently I'm, for some reason, playing with my old Atari virtual machine. I haven't played with it in a while, and I guess I'm procrastinating from doing the next step of virtualization with Podman and Kubernetes and that kind of thing. I've done the first step of it. At least I have virtual machines running on the servers that I have, and I found a nice desktop window manager, an alternative to suckless DWM and dmenu. I have i3. i3 is really simple to install. There's no ricing the config or whatever they call it. You know, it just worked out of the box for me. So I'm going to get used to that. And then I decided to look at this thing for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm testing out the stream. That's all I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm live on YouTube, but my streamer helper app seems to think that I am live on Twitch, which is nice. That's nice to know. If you didn't know, I built a app to help me go live on Twitch. Only having one monitor, it's a little bit chaotic to manage multiple things. And is it this window? It's this window. It's this window, but it's behind my Atari right now. Let's move it in front of my Atari. Well, let's close the Atari down. So here it is. This is Streamer Helper. This is the app that I created to help me systematize going live on Twitch, so I could remote control OBS. And at this point, I had 3 monitors, like 3 screens. Right now, I'm just on my laptop, so I'm on only one small screen, and it's a little bit difficult. Anyway, so this is the app that I created to help me do that. But now I'm testing Rumble, and earlier I went live on both Rumble and Twitter, so it worked. And now I'm testing going live on Twitch and YouTube. So this might be live on YouTube. I really don't know how this is going to work. But I have sent a message in the chat. I can see the Twitch message in the Rumble chat. So I might pop out the Rumble chat and put that somewhere that I can keep coming back to it. But it just shows me a blank screen, Rumble. The pop-out chat doesn't work that great. So I'll say hi in the chat here. And I don't know if that's going to go everywhere. It's come back from YouTube. It's come back from YouTube and from Twitch. This is very, very interesting. All right, what are we doing? Well, Bob is playing with an Atari. That's what I'm going to test. So this is a virtual machine, but it is a real machine. This is not a screenshot. This is an actual application that you can find on GitHub, and you can compile. It's probably from the 80s, maintained to 1992 by Tom, and then maintained to 2000 by Christian, and then to 2008 by Heiko. And here is a little application, Hello World, like a C program. I've tested out this notepad down here, and it's essentially sticky notes. So these sticky notes here are from this notepad app, and I can say Rumble, Twitch. Doing this with one hand is not so easy, but I do know if I put this here, the sound quality is not as good. but I'm going to do that anyway. Do it anyway. Tell me in the chat, how do I sound? Do I sound atrocious now? How does it sound now? I can feel it rubbing against my cheek. But I having two hands is good. Rumble, Twitch, and YouTube test. So I've got to remember my keyboard layout is different to the Ataris. But this now gives me a little note, and it's basically a sticky note that I can put on the desktop. This application is QED, and we saw the About dialog here. It's a public domain software. That's what PD stands for, public domain. Back in the 80s and 90s, free software was called public domain. It was free, and then now we call it open source. But there's no compiler or anything here. This is just like your Notepad++ or similar editor. It's not like an IDE like VS Code or the new Anti-Gravity or Xcode. It's just a text editor. What we do have is this thing. Now this is called Pure C. But let me show you this. That's the Netscape Navigator icon. That is the Netscape Navigator icon, but this application is called Highwire. And as long as it doesn't crash the machine, okay, we have some issues. This is Highwire. This is like one of the browsers. There's a few other applications on here, but there is no network attached to this machine right now. We can see there's an Atari IRC client. If you know what IRC is, it's Internet Relay Chat. And this whole system that we've got, just checking, yes, we are live. Just checking, this whole system is based on, I think it's Digital Research Inc.'s GEM desktop, the graphic environment manager by them, Digital Research, I believe that's the name of the company. They released that. Atari licensed it and used it on their Ataris alongside their task operating system. So built on top of that came various versions of TOS, task operating system. On top of that came Mint. And I don't know what the acronym is right now, but I'm sure it's one of those recursive like GNU's not Unix or something, GNU. Mint is not TOS, or it's probably that. It's probably Mint is not TOS. Anyway, that adds Unixy functions. So we have a shell here. This is called Tom Shell, and Tom Shell is shareware. So if you know the difference between public domain and shareware, let me know in the chat, and should check the chat. I should check the chat. Good. I'll keep checking the chat. Remind me to check the chat with a message in the chat to check the chat. So this is a shell from Tom Clegg. It's shareware, and it says, please send $20 for a registered copy. And that's probably like an address from 1992, so what? 20, like more than 20, whoa, like 30 years ago, more than 30 years ago, holy smokes. In here, I don't know what commands we've got. So when you root, I can't with this mic here. I'm going to move it down a bit. When you root your iPhone or your Android device, you can like get BusyBox on Android, and BusyBox is a set of tools. I don't know what we've got on here. We certainly don't have top, because I know that, but LS we have. LSL, I don't know the key binding for the dash or the neg. We would assume it's somewhere close to there. I have a 10 keyless, you see. I have a 10 keyless, and I probably don't even have a dash. So anyway, LS works. PWD does not work. So I don't actually know what we've got in Tom Shell. But we have a shell, we have an IRC client, we have ICQ of all things. KK command This is like a file system explorer. And what else have we got? We got QED that we looked at, and then different desktops. So on top of Gem and TOS, we've got Mint, and Mint gives us some Unix type features. So if we look at this drive here, we've got some familiarity with the structure: bin, boot, mount, lib, root, even here, and home. So in home, we've got applications, desktop, the kind of things. There should be configs. Look, there's bash history. So we can open bash history here and we can see what was run in bash. In the console, in that console terminal. So that's Unixy features, that's Mint and Unixy features. So this is kind of the evolution of the system from the 90s. And there are some elements of this that are on GitHub. So it's an old dead system, but some people still enjoy using it, and I guess I'm one of those people. We've got disk cake here. This allows you to have like a pie chart of what's taking up space. So we can hear I've got a ICQ here. It's taking up this much space, and that's disk cake. We got AnyPlay, which is a player, an animation player. I haven't tried playing MPEGs yet, but I know there's Git. I just saw on GitHub there is a Git, a version control system available. So I'll have to compile that on here or download pre-built binaries to execute. So the other desktop environments, this is Ginny. This is the Ginny environment, and this is from the year 2000 by this company, Application Systems Heidelberg. There are other systems. Now, this at this point might crash my entire system, but we're going to try and run Teradesc. Here we go. We run Teradesc. So this, we can analogize to the different environments, the different desktop environments you get on Linux. You've got KDE, GNOME, XFCE or XCFE, whichever that one is, like Suckless EWM, i3, desktop window managers. That's kind of what this is. So this one is called Teradesc, and it's a multitask OS to 1994. And then they started developing, look, they started developing it again to 2016, which, so this is the newest system so far that we've got here. Even SD card right there, we can see. So they've got an SD card icon. Back into Ginny, we can see the icon manager here. So all the icons that we're using in the operating system, we can see those. Another one is Thing, and Thing is in German. I haven't tried running OpenThing yet, and I'm very conscious that this is just a test. I shouldn't be streaming for long, so this is just a test. Open Pure C here, we can see some of the files that I already had open. So this is where I would build a project, and I would be able to compile and build a project. So this is Pure C. Pure C 1993. Can you believe it? 1993, 32 years ago, right? 32 years ago. So first off, can I compile Git from source here? Do I have the right libraries to compile Git? If I don't, can I at least download pre-compiled binaries and use that in this system? And then can I pull projects from the Git repos and compile them and use them on this system? That's kind of like the side project, like the fun thing that I want to do. I want to see, can I code here? And I put some I put some things out on Twitter. So if I just quickly share my Twitter, bye bye Atari, and let's go and share my Twitter here somewhere. I put these out. So this is Thing. This is another one of those desktop environment managers. This is ProCalc that we didn't see. This is QED that we did see right at the start. And what was I just talking about? XFCE, my first cargo build, Rust. I'm very pleased with Oracle. Why did I go onto Twitter though? There was a reason I went onto Twitter. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I went onto Twitter, but I did. Okay, I'm sorry. I've completely forgotten what it was I wanted to show you. Let's go back to our Atari. I suppose I could show you the GitHub. Anyway, I guess that's it. You know, that's a quick stream. We can see probably how long I've been live in my software. Let's have a look at that. Here it is, 17 minutes, 30 seconds. So let's go for just another couple of minutes and say, hey, how are you? Let's check the Rumble chat and see if someone said hi in the chat on Rumble. Well, I said hi in the chat on Rumble, definitely. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to play around with an Atari. So if you know somebody who likes Atari, let me know if they have any knowledge, especially if they're a developer, a coder. I see there's like 8 people in the Git contributors list for the QED project. And I'm hoping to connect with some people and get this working as a development environment in 2025. Maybe it'll be 2026 by the time I do it. But that's what I basically want to do. Let me take this back off here and put it back on here. This is my nice mic stand because I'm traveling at the moment. I am traveling. I'm on a laptop. I don't have my multiple screens. It's 12:53 a.m. Central, so I think that means it's 6:53 a.m. in the UK, and where I am in Europe, it's 7:53 a.m. So I'm probably going to be able to go outside for a walk after this. What are you up to? How's your week beginning? Is it Monday? Holy smokes! It is, isn't it? It's Monday morning. Good Monday morning to you. I hope you have a great week. And that's 19 minutes and 30 seconds. So once again, hey, I'm Bob. I'm your tech wizard generalist who knows a little bit about a lot of things. I'm not really a programmer, but I am going to enjoy trying to set up a development environment on this Atari. And yeah, I'm getting onto Kubernetes and Podman soon. I might be able to make some content on that, and Git. I definitely want to make some content on Git. So if you're a developer, if you like Atari, shout me out on Twitter. That's pretty much where I hang out, bobjames.dev/Twitter. And if you want to follow me on LinkedIn or on Twitch or on YouTube, it's the same, bobjames.dev/YouTube. All right, until next time. Good Monday morning to you. Have a great week. Good luck. Go get them. Beep. I don't have my soundboard or anything installed, so I just go beep.